I'm Simon Chinnery. I work in the city and have been working in the city for about 35 years. But I'm also an artist. I paint, I'm a poet, I take photographs, I post on Instagram. I'm a complete Luddite, but I master some technology where I need to. And I suppose I'm in transition between a working life, a sort of job, and thinking about what else I can do. So looking at ways in which I can be of service to my community or connecting to support people. And I think particularly around supporting them, how they can grow into their second or third stage of life, getting older, but perhaps doing something with that getting older. Actually, I met Yetunde about a year and a half ago at a conference, and she asked this brilliant question about how do you bring the heart, how do you connect with the heart in technology? And I just thought it was such a great question. I went over and talked to her afterwards. And why it rung a bell for me is because there was a sense that, or I have a sense that, having been in a corporate life for a long time, that it's what do you leave outside, what do you kind of abandon in outside when you move into a work environment, because then I'm only turning up this little box of me. And my experience is that most other people have actually some real gold inside them, and one way to find that gold is storytelling. So I loved what she was doing, and actually just talking with her, she's very inspirational, as I'm sure you'll agree. And she said, well, Simon, why don't you come and tell your story? And what would that be? And so I talked about my son's death and my art and my poems, and a way of actually connecting with my own life, and through that connecting perhaps with others. So this is a great event. I love it. It's exactly the sort of thing in my mind that should be kind of rolled out almost like a curriculum. It's almost like everyone should have the opportunity to come into this kind of environment. Because this is about human connection, as far as I'm concerned. It's about more than who are you from a kind of superficial corporate world thing, or whatever your thing is, to actually what's your story. And everyone's got a story. It's magnificent, and we are amazing human beings. As I get older, I realise that actually part of the sickness that I've observed in myself and in society is often that we kind of shut out or shut down things that either we deem not to be acceptable, or feelings that we feel won't be appropriate. And the problem with that is, I think if it turns inwards, it makes people sick. And I particularly observed that not just through my son's mental health battles, but with young men generally, that within our society, we're not really encouraged to show our feelings, to be honest, to be in any way authentic. It's quite superficial and consumer-led, and the problem is that just leads us to feel really disconnected. And I think the problem with that is that you can see the consequences of that all around the world. Certainly in this country, high suicide rates, people really treating each other really appallingly, and my sense is that it's because we are disconnected, and events like this, I think, invite us to be human, and there's something about that creates energy. I mean, you can hear the noise and the energy up there. It's fabulous, and I think when you give somebody permission to tell their story, to be authentic, amazing things happen. Amazing things happen, and that's what we are. We're not just this little bit here. We're so much more than that. And I'm now in that stage of life where I want to expand that and open that for myself, but hopefully through me doing my thing, maybe inspiring others to do theirs, whatever their thing is.